So this guy and I went on a date. We've spoken about sex and he was open to it. We've also had non sexual interactions. He is ashamed of sex or something because he's religious. I asked if he wanted to make out on our first date and he said yes. We drove to an isolated spot. We we hardly were in we were hardly there for 5 minutes and he wanted head. He kept pestering. I said no. Then he asked me to come to the back seat. He took my hand and forced me to touch his penis and and started asking me to give him head. I said no. He repeatedly asked, "Are you sure?" I felt pressured, laughed, and said, "I'm not ready. I'm also a virgin and penises kind of scare me." He knows that. He then asked me to lick it. I said no. He then loses interest, asks me to go to the front seat, and drives me back to the train station. I thank him, go on the train, and then he then he says, or then he unmatched me anyway. I asked him why. He said we were looking for different things. Uh, I
You want
joke,
someone to lick him.
yeah, I joke about him looking for head. He calls me unattractive. I block him. I'm confused. He asked me to go to a hotel and everything, and I said no. If I was unattractive, then why would he want to go with me to a hotel? Before meeting
Poor
up,
child.
both of us discussed that we wanted a relationship. I started dating again, and being called unattractive hits my confidence. Please don't ask me to send pics. I'm moderately attractive. I've dated men in the past, and the reason why we broke up wasn't my looks. What do you do?
Okay, first of all, like nobody should ever try to force you and continue to force you and ask you again and then continue to force you to do something that you don't want to do. Like that's ridiculous. And then he puts her down after that.
Yeah, so
He puts her down and then
yeah, so that's the thing is like
it's
how do
terrible.
how do you go about that when someone asks you out and then you get to that point and you said, we've talked about sex, but we've never discussed like doing that kind of thing, and he's pestering you to, give him head. I mean, come on, that's kind of crazy, don't
Two
you
different
think?
levels right there. Like he needs somebody that just wants that. So
I know. I mean, come on, you got to think about it.
why would you? Because you didn't get what you want, you're gonna throw a fit and call you ugly? Like, wow. Yeah, immaturity.
Yeah.
Immaturity.